I guess it's mainly for Doug. I'm just curious about how you ended up playing Starscream as well as Terrorsaur and Beast Wars. If it was just this guy has a high voice, although you don't, now that I hear you talk. So I guess my follow-up was also, when you do that voice, does it hurt?
At the time, no. Now it might.
Yeah, I hear that too.
It was a toss-up between Scott and I.
Oh, well, Scott has too many characters.
And I forget if we both auditioned for it at the time or not. But what happens in animation typically is if there's an additional character at the beginning of the sessions, it goes, okay, we got some extra voices today, everyone. Sue Blue would say, we got Starscream, and you know, who's got a Starscream voice for us? And Scott and I both did ours, and everyone else went, ew. And they pondered for a while back there in the booth and said, okay, Doug, you're it. And I happened to be really on that day too.
Yeah, it worked out. I recently rewatched
really
Beast Wars.
I felt the channeling.
You learn that
like I was possessed.
You learn that pretty early on too. That it's like it's a rookie mistake to do something you can't sustain. Because if you book that part and you can't sustain it, or you're going to do damage, or you're going to hurt yourself,
right?
You're going to lose your job really quickly and probably not get hired much again.
That's what I was really, because it's such a high, difficult voice, right? But
yeah, but you know, you get a break between it. You can have a cough candy.
It was only one episode, I guess.
So only one episode.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sorry I never watched Energon, but I did buy your Arcee toy.
And the thing is,
Thank you.
It was the very first Arcee that was ever official Arcee figure. Was,
yes, which I learned today.
Yeah, that's why I own it. Anyway, thanks very much.
My first question, it's for Doug. In the first episode of Beast Wars, Terrorsaur only had one line of dialogue in it, and it was him saying, "Terrorsaur, terrorize." It wasn't until like about 3 episodes later when he actually had a proper speaking role. What was the deal with that? Did they just not incorporate much into the script, or were you really not available for the first 2 episodes, or what was up with that?
not at all. I was totally available. I just don't think it might just not have been fleshed out enough, his personality. I guess it kind of developed.
All right. Another question I have is, in the episode Power Surge, was the Terrorsaur voice actually modulated in post, or did you naturally just deepen your voice for that episode when he was all on that Power Surge?
Probably a little bit of both. Like when they modulate, you don't want to go like too below 1 or 2% change. It just makes the voice too not understandable, or not true to the character if you go too beyond that. So, because as a director too, I direct people to say, well, we're going to affect your voice, but if you could just help the effect a little and go a little, as deep as you can, and then they might pitch it like 0.5% or something. So, I bet they did that with me. I don't know for sure. And
one last thing, in one of the episodes, there was this infamous line where Terrorsaur says, "Welcome to the Darksyde." I'm not sure if you were ever aware, but because fans misinterpreted that scene, they ended up naming the Predacon ship the Darksyde with a Y. I'm not sure if you were ever aware of that, or I'm not sure if you were ever aware of that, but it's something interesting it's just kind of how fans are. We take things so literally, or we always want names for everything, even if the show doesn't really give us those answers. So I'm just curious if you ever were aware that's what they ended up retconning the name of the ship to become.
No, I did not know anything about that.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Can everyone hear me okay now? Is this microphone better? Okay, thanks.
Hello, guys. I actually have a question for Sharon. So how did you get the role for Arcee? Were you just looking for auditions, or were you called, and was there another character that you also auditioned for Energon?
No. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. How it works is you have an agent and they submit you, and casting will decide if they want to bring you in or not. I did not audition for any other roles in that. It was just Arcee, and I was lucky enough to get it.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you got it. Thank you.
Thank you.